Brandon, can you check YouTube here in just a few seconds? I'll let you know.
Yes, if you could give me 2 minutes to send the link to Marianne so that she can post it on Facebook.
This is for YouTube. Let me click on it for Facebook.
No, we're just streaming on YouTube. We're just posting the link on our Facebook site.
Okay.
And she will do that in the next few seconds. Did you get it, Marianne?
Hello.
Let me check. I'm on YouTube too.
Good time for a legal meeting. Only pay for what you.
Brandon, is it a new link to be sent out?
Yes, I'm sending it out now. Give us 10 seconds.
We are camera here.
While we're waiting on them, can you all give me the time that you came out of closed session?
104.
I marked 109.
Okay. 109.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about. It took us 5 minutes to get out.
Oh, there's a camera over there.
See, I can make all kinds of noises in the break rooms. So, yeah.
So imagine how schools will be.
What's that?
Imagine how some schools will be.
Oh, my goodness.
Back talking to the teacher. It wasn't me. I saw your lips moving. No, you didn't.
I saw your eyes.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I was going to get it myself.
Are you up and running?
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm fine. We worked two good times. I tried.
Better than waiting for.
Thank you.
30 more seconds.
Yes, yes.
You played basketball, didn't you? I saw that
Girl, I'm
stop.
worn out.
Not a bit. No?
I had GPS.
Mr. Collin. That was a great stop.
Are you good, Brandon?
I haven't seen it show up on Facebook yet, but there's probably a couple second lag.
I just know that
whole world shut down. I was supposed to go over that 2 weeks after the world shut down. So get trained as a hearing officer, the office of the chief.
Oh,
You
good.
know,
So that-
any online options for me to get that done so I can start helping?
Yes, there are online options. There are also DVDs we can order. There's some right there, but those are right now assigned to those, but we can definitely get that sorted out.
Please be in touch, yeah.
Thank you.
That's two.
I was gonna do my taxes one over.
Yes, ma'am. No. Okay, yeah, it, no. Yes. Okay. All right, you all were extended for, so.
Okay.
So you're all extended to 3. Yeah, right.
What did I do?
Oh, I check out extended to
You'll be
3.
halfway home,
You're
but
staying there,
Ain't
tonight,
gonna
aren't
stay
you?
there. They go much longer. Okay, so you're almost finished, right?
I am. So yeah, met with everyone, starting to draw out some new processes, and we'll be able to further update on that, but there are now 2 meetings that are scheduled to meet with other agencies to.
Okay, we should be good to go.
Still not coming up?
Some tech things, I work with CFC for the laptops. Then another one is the tablets that you all are using for the meeting. And we're trying to minimize print shipping costs and also make it easier to get information. For open records purposes and just to be more transparent, we all have, from staff, managers, and the chair have commissioned cell phones. So we'll conduct business with those numbers and those email addresses. If any of you are having issues with your state email addresses, let us know and we can help you get those resolved. So if you have any thoughts on that, just let me know. Let Brandon or Brittany know. One of the last few things, the website is live, the new one. I don't know if anyone has been to check it out. It looks a lot better and a lot more modern and clean. So, yeah. The last thing again is just reiterating, we will be doing changes, trying to make things run more efficiently. And so the plan is to not be in the position that we have been, but to be more positively situated moving forward so that we can continue to do things. So any questions? Or
Motion to accept the executive director's report.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good report.
Budget
you.
and personnel, you're up. Brandon?
All right. Okay. Yes. You have my report before you. I also included a summary of the fiscal year 20 expenditures. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to field them.
Hey, Brandon, what goes in
Here.
the restricted fund cash balance?
Okay. I heard restricted fund cash balance.
What goes in the restricted fund cash balance?
Oh, very good. Yes. That is money that we receive from doing trainings, or the bulk of it now is an award from a case. It would also include any donations.
Are those
Or-
funds used for anything?
They are for anything that we want. Yes, pretty much.
So there's no rules for that? It's just, hey, lunch for everybody.
Well, it would be the same rules that govern general fund purchases.
Okay, thank you.
Brendan, you may want to also tell them, it's like agency funds, agency restricted.
Right. It's agency restricted funds. So in other agencies, they may be earmarked for a particular purpose. Like let's say the charitable gaming licenses collected fees for events. They would have to use those fees for monitoring of those events and for regulation of those events and processing of those applications. Our agency fund doesn't have any particular restrictions because it's just a miscellaneous collections. The last large one was from a court case, an award. Aaron, do you remember which one it was? I can get the exact document. It'll take me.
General information.
I'm not sure, Brandon.
It was Erickson.
I remember
The
that.
Erickson case.
Any more questions?
But if you're curious, I can send a detail of every deposit for the last 2 years into that account. It's mostly for training and case awards.
Brendan, when we talk about case awards, remember the one lady that we had the $14,000 check, don't quote the amount. For example, would that amount go into this restricted fund or?
It would not.
Separate, okay.
Separate, yes. That would
And that
go
was-
straight to her.
Yeah, and that was the same case in that Erickson case, if my memory serves it correctly.
Yeah.
Heidi Erickson got a settlement and the commission got a settlement for lawyer fees and stuff like that. So,
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't her money there. Thank you.
That's correct, yes.
There was another case where the check was sent to unclaimed properties, right, Aaron?
That's the same case, and it was not sent to unclaimed properties.
Oh, we found the person?
We explored that, and we could not send it to unclaimed properties. It had to be the issuer of the check. I contacted the lien company and instructed them that they should send it to unclaimed properties.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Okay, we'll move on.
Thank you.
Enforcement unit, you're up.
okay. Few things. We met the HUD contract that ended on June 30th. Our HUD contract was for 40 cases. We submitted 47. So we got 7 cases over that contract amount. We are working on meeting the EEOC contract. We have the August commission meeting and the September commission meeting to meet that number. As far as the cases today, we do have one case that is being pulled, and that is KCHR number 9187-E, Brooks versus Baptist Health Lexington. It is listed under the no probable cause cases. That case is being pulled because the complainant informed us that she has additional allegations that were not on the complaint or did not come up in the initial investigation. So we're going to pull that so we can look into her additional allegations. But other than that, we have 37 cases for you all to look over. It's 1 conciliation, 2 dismissals without prejudice, 28 MPCs, 1 withdrawal, and 5 withdrawals with settlement. If y'all have any questions, let me know and I can either answer them or get our enforcement officers available so that they can.
I have a question, Chair Randolph. Regarding case 8888E.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what case that was.
8888E, it's an employment.
Okay.
So in the case summary, it states the investigation revealed that respondent hired complainant May 25th, 2015 as a pharmacy tech On May 1st, 2018, a male customer made inappropriate comments to her, touched her inappropriately. Respondent instructed complainant not to wait on the customer if he returned to the store and to notify management. On September 14th, that customer returned to the store. The respondent approached the customer and addressed the concerns with him. However, the customer was allowed to continue shopping at the store, and then the complainant stating that it made her very uncomfortable, the fact that he was still allowed to shop there, I'm sorry. But then under findings and conclusions, it says that the investigation revealed that the complaint of discrimination mistakenly reflects that the complainant was treated differently, and when interviewed by staff, complainant denied complaining to the KCHR intake staff of different treatment. So is she recanting her story, or
I'm not sure.
allegation?
From reading, it looks like there may have been a mistake where she said somehow got in the complaint that she was treated differently and it was a sexual harassment issue. From reading that, it looks like the investigator was just trying to clean up the mistake that may have possibly been on the complaint. Because on the complaint, it says that she was treated differently. And it seems like it's more of a sexual harassment case. Yeah, if you read the summary of the complaint, it says, I believe I'm being treated differently based on my sex, female. But then at the bottom of it said I was subjected to sexual harassment. So the investigator was just trying to clear that up.
And the case that's being removed from dismissal is Emily Brooks versus Baptist Health.
Yes.
I did have a question on that, Erin. It's Commissioner Cusick.
Okay.
That is one of the cases that I was going to ask you about. So I know that, well, firstly, is there a reason why, I don't know if it's just on the tablets, but is there a reason why we can no longer see the complaints, the complainant's complaint that they filed?
I wasn't aware that would be a question.
It's not on the tablet.
I'm not aware of that. I don't have the access to the tablet. I think that'd be a question for Terrence.
Well, is it in the book? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I submitted the full CRCs with the complaints. So I'm not sure what was submitted.
Gotcha. Okay. So I can raise that question later. But so with the Brooks versus Baptist, on her basis, it was she felt she was being discriminated against because of her race, being Black, she says, and national origin being Jamaican. Yeah. And with this whole situation, my only concern is that her complaint is in regards of, you know, her race and national origin, and I don't feel like this investigation really points out that she is not being mistreated because of her race. It proves as to why she was terminated and why she no longer is employed there. But I don't see where, in this on the tablet, it's page 133, if any other commissioner would want to look at it. But it says why she was terminated, but it doesn't show us in this investigative report that if she was treated differently than all the other employees, because she said that one of her employees mocked her accent. And so though there is a reason why she was terminated, it doesn't really show me that she wasn't mistreated because of her color. Now, I know the last time I spoke to Cedric, he said that when you guys do your investigations, you get the data, if it's on race or if it's on age, or you get data from these companies or the respondents' companies, and you're able to go off of that as well. And before, you guys used to show us some of that type of data. So I just want to know kind of what that looks like. And in the future with these types of cases, is there a possibility for you guys to put a table together to show us how many white employees there were, or how many black employees there were, and like which ones were just the basic data that you guys would gather on that?
That's included, Commissioner Kuzic, the population and the workforce breakdown.
If I can stop you, this is something that could go back in front of the commission for a hearing. Ms. Cusick, if you're a hearing officer, I don't know if we should get into the merits or anything, factual details of the case, as it may disqualify you from being a hearing officer in that case. So we could just refrain from talking about facts. I think that's prudent in this case.
Yeah, I can't hear you well. And so what I'm talking about is, one, the investigation not showing me that it's proven she wasn't mistreated because of her race and because of her national origin. It shows why she was terminated. I couldn't hear you well. I think it was you, Colton, who was talking. And two, with the data that they used to provide for us on what that looks like. Now, on the iPad, when I was looking at the report, the only thing I got was the case summary that is on the iPad. So if you had additional information, I did not see it.
This is Colt. Because this matter is going back to investigation by the commission, you may serve as a hearing officer in this case. I just don't think it's prudent for you to, inquire into the facts or allegations at this time, because it may jeopardize your qualifications as a hearing officer. It's just not something I think that should be discussed.
Right. Is it okay? So it's currently on my report, so I didn't know that would be illegal to discuss. But on another fact, then the population data that you guys usually give us, what does that look like on the case summary when the investigators say that you get that data together on employees, which ones are white, which ones are black, or other or whatnot? Is there any way you guys can incorporate that in the future so that we can be able to have that?
We'll consider that. Yes.
Okay, Erin, I have another question.
Okay.
And this is going to be for Gloria. I think it's Bolin versus Jordan. It's going to be page 134 on the tablet. I don't know what you're looking at or whatnot, because we all have different forms. So I just want to know with the FHA and what this, I believe it was, I can't remember if it was an apartment complex or not, but legally, what does that look like? Because I wasn't able to see the complaint that she filed, but she said she was being sexually harassed by her neighbor. She couldn't prove that neighbor. It's one of the statements, maybe in the third or fourth paragraph. And so when I look at this, I say, okay, so what is FHA on, like, if the respondent says, oh, I just basically evicted her because she couldn't prove sexual harassment? How does that go legally? I mean, with her being mistreated or whatnot.
Okay, I'm looking over the case. Okay, this was a case that we took to the legal case panel.
Okay.
And it looks like it was indicated that there was no proof that the respondent treated complainant differently or that her neighbor harassed her because of her sex. Respondent evicted the complainant because she did not provide any proof that the neighbor harassed her, and she called the police and indicated the neighbor violated the EPO and was home. However, when the landlord opened the door. If I remember this case correctly, I can get Cedric on the phone too. We can get him to join us.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, this complainant had a neighbor that lived above her and was calling the police on him and making accusations. And I think it became an issue. If you hold 1 second, I'm going to get Cedric to join the Zoom so he can talk to us about that case.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know like the legalities behind that, going along with the Fair Housing Act, of if, you know, the respondent clearly said that, and you know, you don't have to prove anything to me. I just want to understand that if there's anything that this apartment complex or the respondent is held accountable for basically saying I evicted her because she couldn't prove that she was being sexually harassed. So like the whole situational thing, I'm not concerned of. I want to kind of come to, you know, the knowledge of if this is okay according
Well, I
to
know
the
that
FHA.
the FHA, the Fair Housing Act, has a protection for women, or not just women, but individuals who are victims of domestic violence. So like if you say you're calling the police on an abuser or in a domestic violence situation, they cannot evict you because of this. This did not fall in that category. The complainant, I believe, was calling and making complaints against a neighbor that could not be warranted or justified. And sometimes when she even called the police on the neighbor was not even home. So it was not a domestic violence situation. But yes, the FHA does protect domestic violence victims from being evicted if they call the police in a domestic violence situation.
Okay. See, that's where I was kind of confused. I wasn't sure about any of that. So it wasn't to question your investigation. It was just to come to an understanding of that. If that FHA
and it
part
looks
of
like
it.
in the findings and conclusions of the case, Cedric went into a little bit more detail on that and kind of explained that. So
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Well, those are the only questions I have, other than for the cases on the tablet. I just request, I guess if Terrence is there, I'm not really looking at the phone, but to be able to see the full reports, especially mainly my concern is being able to see the complaints, because that's how I know that what the complaint is about and if the case summary touches on all of it. So that's just for Terrence. But that's all I have. Thank you, Erin. I appreciate it.
no problem.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Fuentes, case number 9199E. Mr. Luis Martinez Ordóñez and responded AE Electrical Solution.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get on the same. You said it was case 9199?
Yes, 9199E.
I don't see a 9199.
Dismissal without prejudice.
Oh, in the beginning. Okay. Okay. How can I help you with that one?
Yes, I need some clarification. The complainant, he filed the complaint about national origin. And on the case summary, you refer, actually in the last paragraph, it referred to the race. And it said that complainant didn't suffer any adverse action. And actually, he was fired for the employee.
Commissioner Fuentes, that's a different case you're looking at. Where it says that he wasn't complaining, did not suffer any adverse action, that is a different case. That's 1167 PA. As far as the 9199E, that case is a dismissal without prejudice because the complainant filed with the EEOC prior to filing with us, and you can't have a complaint filed with both agencies.
On the left side. No. One case is here you're looking at, the other case is on the other side. 1167 PA is on the opposite side. Oh,
9199E, then it goes to
okay. That book looks totally different.
That's a different one.
9199E on this. This is this is different because this one has the complaint.
Okay.
So that one has the complaint. Only complaint.
Oh,
This is just like the,
like you talked about.
that one was, I don't know why that one was there. So this was before we had.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I had the wrong page.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the book that Louise has is like the books of Roman.
Yes.
And this and what's.
Yes,
what you
those are
sent
the
out
same.
Electronically are the same,
Yes.
but not complete.
So the electronic ones and that one you have, we didn't put the complaint. So that was intentional. It's not incomplete. We didn't want to put the complaints in there for a couple reasons. One, we still need to work on getting complaints in the right format. They weren't submitted that way for this one.
Okay.
And two, some of the information on complaints, we don't know if we want to put them in the book because of the information they contain on.
Because of public record.
Yes.
Okay,
And so,
I get that.
yeah, so we're going to work more on the summary. So it contains information, but not as much that's in the complaint for public record and safety reasons for the people involved.
That's good to know. That would have been good to know. Because I'm thinking, where's all the information? Because we're used to having all this information. And I understand that. Thank you. That's reasonable.
I was lost. Sorry.
Now, you got.
I was reading actually.
You got to figure out.
So that one was what we started with. I don't know why I didn't put his name on it. That was what we started with, and then we went through it to see what we could take out for public record purposes and what we could use to present the same information. And then if there were questions, then the questions would be spoken to on the complaint and the investigation, but not all of it included in the actual book.
Gotcha.
So this is one of the hiccups of the starting.
So having the case numbers, having all that in order is really helpful, especially for the big book. Whoever's going to be in charge of giving us the information. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions for endorsement? Not that need a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Legal? It's you. There.
Okay, my report is also in the book. I'm happy to field any questions. I don't think there's anything of particular concern, but again, I'm happy to field questions if there are any, provided that I can answer.
Any questions for legal? We
have none. Okay, we'll look forward to any new business.
It's on the correct.
Yeah, it's not on mine. Okay. Ms. Taylor, you're up. Education and outreach.
Okay, as soon as I can get the mute on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, and you should have my report somewhere, either in your hand or in your tablet. Do you have any questions? And that just works for me. Thank you.
Not so fast.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Okay.
Not so fast.
Reverend had a question for you.
No, I'm just playing.
She's just messing with you. Okay, new business. I believe our director has already shared with us about the social media
Yes.
enhancement. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, September 17th at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 14th floor conference hall, a conference room at the Hagen Building. Is there any clarification that we need to make regarding the motions when we're into closed session?
Chair Randolph,
Yes.
can I just remind everyone to complete their travel vouchers and timesheets and put them in their folders so that we have those? And all commissioners that are joining by Zoom, I will send your timesheet to you by Zoom if I haven't already.
And Ms. Fox, the motion that was made to go into closed session, I want to make sure that we didn't include to discuss personnel related issues. If
Okay.
not, do that.
Okay, I didn't hear it before, but now I have it. Did you all decide anything? Was anything said when you came out? Because I wasn't at my desk when you guys came out of closed sessions. Was there anything discussed from the closed session?
But nothing was addressed.
Okay, all right.
No action was taken.
Thank you. Thank
Is
you.
that all you need?
Yes. Oh, one more thing. Did you all vote on the prior minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Chair Randolph, I would just like to say thank you to Mr. Sullivan and his entire team and their hard work. Aaron exceeding the 7 over in the cases, just a great job overall, and we're headed in the right direction, and I'm just grateful and appreciative of all of your hard work.
No.
I will second that. Last month, I had a meeting with Mr. Sullivan, and we set a plan for make the commission more visible for the Hispanic community. So I think that, we are on the right track. Thank you very much.
Juan's article.
I'm looking back at what's on my tablet, and it states approval of minutes of May 21st, 2020, but didn't we meet in June?
I think that's probably
There was a correction
in the paper.
printed later.
I just wanted to make certain that the motion reflects the right.
There should actually be 2 sets of minutes. There should be one for June 18th and one for June 29th that you all have to vote on.
We shouldn't have any that says May.
No, there was a correction to the agenda.
Okay. I think maybe we need to ask for another approval to clean this up. We're asking for approval of the minutes held on June 18th and June 29th. So I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So I think this takes care of the corrected agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Now I need a motion to adjourn unless you all want to hang out a little bit longer.
The Browns said they want you to take it.
Yeah, I bet they do. I don't know what their deal was today.
Did I make the motion?
Dr. Smith motions to adjourn.
Which Smith, we have to
I
clarify.
said, Doctor.
Dr. Smith made the motion to adjourn. Who seconded it?
Really sweet.
The good doctor makes.
The two Smiths, one cannot make the motion, the other one seconded because it's too confusing. So who made the motion?
I don't see a problem.
Good Reverend Doctor.
That's discriminatory.
Dr. Smith made the motion
Yes, ma'am.
And the rabbi seconds.
to approve the June 18th and June 29th minutes. It was seconded by Commissioner Rabbi. The motion carried.
And now the same two people made a motion to adjourn. And seconded.
Need a motion to adjourn.
Dr. Smith made a motion and I seconded it.
Did you get that?
I'm just trying to get on the rabbi's record on the bar jokes.
I'm adjourned.
You got it, okay. We're good. See you guys next month.
All right.
Thank you all, and we'll, as we transition this stuff, we're getting it worked out.
That's good.
All right.
This is great. This is first wonderful person.
Oh, well, thank you. Good.
Bye. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
We'll talk to
It
you.
is that.
Okay.
I'll call.
I'm hoping you sign.
Momentum, let's keep that.
Thank you, appreciate it, nice to meet you.
Can I go call you?
Yes, we'll work on getting that
There are,
figured out.
I didn't bring it up in the meeting, I believe it should be.
What's your,
I was presented to you, there are a couple orders in there for your signature, one that was voted on in May. Final administrative order, hearing by Commissioner Cummings.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how we're earlier. So it was never, a final order was never signed. Mr. One for you.
Okay. Would you want us to keep on trying this morning?
Streamlined version.
Okay, wonderful. That sounds very
Very close by your court, I didn't bring it up just because I don't think it's,
We'll work together.
there's the final order. Requires your signature. Okay, and then there was another,
Thank you.
this here.
All right, sir.
This is a dismissal as to this
You
respondent.
take care and have a safe journey back.
I'll be there pretty much.
Don't mention it,
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
just
sir.
wanted to-
I'll be calling.
Okay.
And just because it's.
Absolutely.
I didn't think it was
Yeah,
required to be-
definitely.
I just want to bring
So
it
you wanna
up.
take all of it?
Sure.
And give us-
Sure, yeah.
Once you watch them, you can let me know.
Oh.
So this, you can take that back.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
And date it?
Sure.
And,
I can get my ticket in a minute, okay?
Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit, I think, confusion with the books.
Second rabbi in history.
I think maybe too much
So
information
not lunch.
about these people that been going out of these books.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason why. these-
Okay.
I was concerned when I heard you say that. Yeah.
Dinner.
Well, that
Breakfast.
also,
You need these here?
Yes. So we do, I need to clarify that. If you don't mark it, I don't pay you for it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I probably should.
Wonderful.
On all of this, I don't think I'm done.
Is it a problem? Yeah, so we're not, we're trying to get away from
Wonderful.
giving
I'll let you
the
know.
notes because that has too much sensitive information and also.
Absolutely, and I'd love to have, part of the segment, I think
You saw
we're
this
people,
form
I'd
here,
love to.
and I mailed it to
You
first
all
the next
with the
day,
first
and they told me
year,
I never
you know,
got it.
give
I'm
everybody
gonna
a
look
sense
on
of
right, so
months
you
that
get
you're to hop on.
It's the appointing authority, you know.
Yeah.
It's signed from
Thank you so
Nice
much.
to meet
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm smiling.
The eyes will show it.
Well, yeah.
Address.
Okay. You can do that.
I wasn't sure if anybody.
Yeah, you can do that in Chris. Chris personal system. I don't think, I mean, I can try to do it. but that's the system meeting, so we'll see. Okay. You might know enough.
Yes.
If you email me, I will.
I'm gonna go to my job now.
Yeah.
How's it going?
So how do I?
Yeah, but is it mostly online or is it in person?
Continue that.
Easier? We've got kids on campus and.
Great, thank you. Don't forget, go across the street at some point.
Okay, yeah, I better get over there.
They're waiting on pitchforks.
Rabbi, it is always fine.
Dr. Brandon,
Information for the.
You as well?
Information.
You see it?
See you. Bar mitzvah. So when I turn bar mitzvah, the governor was there, the mayor was there, the council yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess.
I didn't do that. I haven't yet on the commissioner's side, the site was being
So my
redone
dad
before
rented
I
out the
walked on.
parking lot at theater, and the
So,
rest was driving into my brother gave a speech about the cherry picker.
okay, good. Yeah, I'd like to
They
get
had a
everybody
band,
involved.
played music, and had waiters
And then
come by,
maybe
and
they'll
have
leave
wheels in the
you
car.
guys on webpage or
Over the car.
specific.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just texted
So,
to you.
yeah, it's
pretty cool.
Perhaps
And,
with some Betsy address.
So it's gonna give out a prayer book.
How are you doing?
Rental gift.
We'll do it.
It's about mass.
I love it.
Because you gotta make it work.
You gotta make it work.
It was long.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing I have PT this afternoon. I'm gonna need it, especially today.
Not me, I've been up and down those stairs like 20 times already.
See, you don't have to work out now.
You could have sat in the closet with me.
Well done, sir.
Good job.
You're doing a tremendous, and this is as of June.
Yes, sir.
Man,
You hit the ground running.
you're the turnaround guy.
That's the whole.
That's great. A lot of hard work. I can tell what the infrastructural work he's doing in such a brief time.
Yes, absolutely.
All team right there.
And I resonate with that also. Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything for you at all.